Okay, hi Mr. A. It's Michelle DeSmith. Here is, I can't make it work, my list of 25 parts of the skull that I'm going to show you today, and I've got my list set up here so I can go in order. Now, the first thing that I'm going to do, I've got my little skeleton here, and I'm going to do a superior view, which this is not the greatest quality, but right here we have the frontal lobe with our coronal suture. This shows the pairs of parietal bones with the sagittal suture, and now we are going to go to a posterior view. If I can get him to cooperate here. Okay. Now, oh, perfect. Now, first thing we have is this is our occipital bone at the back of the head with our lambdoid suture. It looks like a little, goes down this way. Then, at the very point at the back of our head is the external occipital protuberance. Then there are two sets of lines on either side, a superior nuchal line and an inferior nuchal line. Next, deep in here, right next to where these screws go through, right there, is our occipital condyle. Now, here we have our mastoid process. There's one on either side, and you can see the outer part of the zygomatic arch. All right, next we're going to turn to a lateral view. If I can get this little skeleton to cooperate here. Okay, the first thing that we see is, of course, this is the frontal and the parietal. Here we have our temporal bone, which are squamous suture, and right about where this spring is the sphenoid bone, which would be the greater wing of the sphenoid bone. Down here, where this hole is, about right there, is the external auditory meatus. Then we have all of this is the mandible, and on our mandible we have this point that sticks up here where it hits the zygomatic arch is the mandible condyle. It kind of has a round, this is the zygomatic arch, but then the mandible has a little rounded area. That's the mandible ramus. Here is the angle of the mandible. And you can't see it very well, but right in here is a little tiny hole, and that's our mental foramen. And then this is our mental protuberance, which our chin sticks out. Our upper bone here, this is the maxilla. And then we can also see parts of the nasal bone and the rest of the zygomatic bone here, which is our cheekbone. Okay, there it is. I know this is not the best quality, but I hope that's it. Thank you.